So it is finally time for the popularity poll, and we have a new number one in the realm of Black Clover, a new top character, and that would be Noelle Silva, dethroning Asta at number one. Now, this is actually a really big deal because in the Black Clover popularity polls, Asta has always been number one. He has always been the number one character, and it always means a lot in, I feel like in series in general, when the main character isn't the number one. I feel like it speaks a lot for like what fans like or how that character is doing in the series. And for Noelle to be number one most popular character in Black Clover as of right now, says a lot. It really does says a lot. It says, like, I feel like at this point she is undisputed one of the better written female characters, if not, I honestly think the best main female character in Shonen Jump right now.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good lord.
And I feel like you can't really dispute that as of right now. It's like whether you want to admit it or not, Noelle's character is here. Like Noelle's character is amazing. And when you look at other series that are out right now, and you look at the main females, the main lead females of those series, like if you look at Jujutsu Kaisen with like Nobro. Now, granted, she does bring a lot of newness to the role in terms of what a lead female is. Like, she's very different from what we have seen before, but even within her own series, within their own fandom, she is not more popular than Yuji, or if you take Ochako. We don't even have to talk about Ochako. She barely cracks top 10 most popular characters in her own series, so we don't really need to talk about her much. But overall, it's just really more of an unprecedented thing when you have the lead female overtaking the actual main character. Like, Noelle has had a lot going for it in terms of, like, recently with the chapters, more of her backstory, or not really more of her backstory, but more of like her family's backstory that kind of adds to her, more of her own power-ups, and just kind of where she's come as a character is all really, really amazing to see. Now, with the rest of the popularity poll, with Asta being number 2 and Nox being 3, I definitely did see Nox staying really high, since I want to say this is like the first popularity poll he's actually been a part of. I definitely knew he was going to be really, really high. And Asta being number 2, he's the main character, so I mean, obviously there. Very shocking to see Dante number 4, seeing as how like he has a very mixed view as far as how I've seen him. Luck, always a fan favorite character. Gauche, I don't know how Gauche keeps finding himself in the top 10. Yami and Charlotte directly next to each other, and then we have Yuno at number 9, which is really it's tough to see because typically the rival characters in popularity polls usually do really well, with moments in Naruto where Sasuke was above Naruto in terms of popularity, as well as in My Hero Bakugo. Typically, I want to say all the popularity polls except for the first one, he is ahead of Deku. Even in Fire Force, Arthur does place ahead of Shinra. So it's just typically rival characters do really well, but it's, still in the top 10, but he's nowhere near that top spot. And I really do feel like a lot of this is due to like how Tabata chooses to handle stuff with Yuno. Like it oftentimes feel like when we're about to get a Yuno moment, we don't quite get it.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
So I mean, it does kind of suck. I mean, we did get some Yuno stuff in the beginning, but then we got like the next 50 chapters of just no Yuno. So there's not much that we can really do about it there. And then at number 10, around off the top 10, would be Nero. She's actually been pretty like consistent with being popular ever since her true form got revealed, so I mean, that is pretty cool. And then after the top 10, we do have the next 11 through 15, which truly did not surprise me much, outside of Kohono being number 11. I'm not for sure how she snuck up this high. There must be a hidden sector of Kohono fans that are just like, that were voting every day for her, because I really didn't see that one coming. Mereoleona and Xenon being fairly high makes perfect sense. Mereoleona is a fan favorite. Xenon is really cool. Libby is a cool character, but he really hasn't had, like, I mean, he's had his moments, but I wouldn't think that they were as powerful as like some of the characters that are above him. I don't really think he's that much of a fan favorite. Mimosa kind of being like the second more important female in the story, makes sense that she's like top 15. I definitely did see that coming. I don't typically expect Mimosa to be in the top 10, but definitely somewhere in the 11 to 15 spot. Even slightly lower than 15 is probably about where she'll always fall. And from like 20 to 15, the only kind of shocker was that Marx's guy. But again, Snowman did do a lot for Black Clover's popularity, so I totally understand I can totally understand the Snowman fans getting him that high. But honestly, the main real draw here, or the main takeaway, is I just think it's really crazy that for the first time Asta being dethroned was by Noelle, and by a sizable margin at that. It's just one of those things where you really can't deny how amazing she is as a character at this point. Even if she may not be your favorite character, or like, you know, your favorite lead female, like if you would actually just look across other popularity polls for other shonen series, the lead female typically never ever gets higher than the main character. I really can't think of one where she gets higher. Like Bleach, Naruto, freaking One Piece, it literally just does not happen. Demon Slayer, even Nezuko isn't ahead of Tanjiro in the popularity poll. So it's like, it's really a big deal where Noelle's doing something that like literally no other lead female is doing, so you gotta respect her as the new queen of Shonen, or at least of Black Clover at the very least. But that's just me going over the popularity poll really quick. I know a lot of people didn't want to see it per the like goal I put on my last video, so I do appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I got some more stuff planned for you guys, so you guys all enjoy the rest of you guys' day. Make sure you like the videos or subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll be seeing you all in my next video.